Elon Musk is worth a lot of money. He ranks second on the Forbes billionaire list with a net worth of just about $200 billion. Owns one public company worth that, another private company worth this, and another side project in Neuralink that is currently valued at that. He makes creating billion-dollar business ideas look like a side hustle when he gets some free time on the weekends. With his current net worth, he needs to make about another $800 billion to reach the behemoth 1 trillion mark. Can one man be worth more than 90% of the world's countries? Is that even possible? Stick around and find out. We all know Elon Musk in one way or another. The guy can transform from a second grader on Twitter taking investment advice from self-declared degenerates. Is a new platform needed?
Just my Twitter. Say the bird logo to a dude.
Bruh.
This guy is unique. All jokes aside, whether you like him or not, he is a bona fide genius. He has a proven track record, probably greater than any other entrepreneur in human history. His influence and reputation have such a chokehold over investors that he's able to summon hundreds of millions of dollars with the snap of a finger. With virtually limitless influence and reputation comes many, many opportunities to make money. His net worth sits at approximately $200 billion, so why will it 5x from here? And what's another $800 billion anyways? Before we see how we could get there, let's look at what $800 billion actually looks like. To start, and because it's close to lunchtime, $800 billion could buy the entire McDonald's and Chipotle corporations. And every other food chain you could possibly think of. Hungry yet? No problem. You could afford at least 6 $1,302,681,992 double chicken burritos. Enough double chicken burritos for lunch every single day for the next 167,952,000. Or enough to build a burrito tower that's 11 times as tall as the Eiffel Tower. The Burrito Tower. The point is, it's a lot of money, okay? Now that we have a feel for how much $800 billion actually is, how could Elon possibly build this ridiculous sum of wealth? Tesla doesn't need much of an introduction. Although the multi-hundred billion dollar corporation makes up the overwhelming majority of Elon Musk's current net worth, and probably yours too, this is merely the beginning. At least according to analysts all over the internet. The first 11 price targets that I found when searching the web came out to an average 2030 price target of $1,800 per share. Now chill out. This is no guarantee, but this is what all the professionals are saying out there. Let's be conservative and bump it down 30% to $1,200 a share. Because I know there are some mixed feelings about Cathie Wood and her claim that Tesla will cross a 10 trillion market cap. In this conservative case, Elon's wealth from Tesla alone will jump to $495 billion from $90 billion today. A modest $400 billion gain. So add that to Elon's total. And although Tesla is Elon's baby right now, he even said it himself, Tesla on its own is not enough to stop humanity from hurting the planet. And in that case, we need another way. Another planet, actually. SpaceX is currently private, so it's quite difficult for the average investor to participate. But you know, all the venture capitalists of the world can fund SpaceX and be rewarded with a near guaranteed bag from the demigod Elon himself. Yet us puny little retail traders can't get a piece of the pie until SpaceX IPOs at the highest valuation in IPO history. And then we get the rug pulled. Elon, I beg you, please let me invest in SpaceX. SpaceX manufactures rockets and space vehicles, flies astronauts and private citizens to space, and blah blah blah. They do a lot of space stuff. End goal? Humans become a multiplanetary species. SpaceX is currently being valued at $137 billion, and considering the company's so far solid execution, I don't think we should be surprised by the whopping valuation. With a 47% stake in the private company, that accounts for $64 billion of Elon's current net worth. With current projections and predictions regarding the future potential of SpaceX, it's not lunacy to suggest that SpaceX could 2.5x by 2030, which also I feel is rather conservative. This brings that oh so elusive 1 trillion into sight. However, even with SpaceX and Tesla operating near an optimistic 2030 outlook, it surely won't be enough to cross the line. So his side hustle will have to help out. Meet Neuralink. Neuralink is a teeny tiny $1 billion company, and Elon is noted as the primary shareholder, so to be safe, let's say he owns at least 51% of the company. Elon envisions Neuralink will allow the blind to see and the paralyzed to walk. He is literally envisioning miracles. It's like an alternate form of Jesus Christ with all his visions around the state and the future of humanity. We won't get into the technology, at least how it works or what it may be able to do, but maybe we can look into that in another video. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. Anyways, Neuralink's addressable market will be virtually 100% of the human population. Oh, you have anxiety issues? Here. Experiencing depression? No problem. You want to walk again? Say less. So, as you can see, this virtually lends itself to limitless demand. However, if there was a scale rating the ambition of ideas, these aspirations are sitting at 11 out of 10. After all, the idea of a business can be as close to perfect in theory, but it always comes down to execution. So, currently assuming a 51% stake, to be on the safe side, this makes up a measly $510 million today. But in the future, if Elon and Neuralink can execute on said objectives, this company may end up being the most valuable company the world has ever seen. Let's not go as far as saying the most valuable company the world has ever seen, but rather assume that by 2040, Neuralink is worth up to $200 billion and Elon retains 51% of the company. Add it onto the total and we come up about $250 billion short. We must be forgetting something. Ah, yes, investments. Elon has over $60 billion worth of other assets. So if we assume these investments grow at the average annualized rate since the inception of the S&P 500, this $64 billion will balloon to $118 billion by 2030. In total, by 2030, it seems near impossible that Elon could join the 12-0 club. However, by 2040, the story changes up quite a bit. Using analyst predictions around the web, valuations in 17 years look something like this. And we can't forget that Elon will be locking in gains and reallocating his wealth at some point. So let's bump down the stakes. With these projections, there is no doubt that Elon will surpass the $1 trillion mark. However, it's important to keep in mind that this is assuming everything goes right for Elon and his 3 biggest companies in particular. Assumptions. Tesla continues expansion overseas and across Europe and Asia. The EV market and overall green energy narrative continues to grow as Tesla holds its domination of the overall EV market. SpaceX continues to execute at the highest level and IPOs on the New York Stock Exchange with undoubtedly the highest opening IPO valuation in history. Neuralink proves to the world through initial human testing and eventually final FDA approval that they do have the breakthrough technology that they claim they have. Neuralink is able to deliver on their promises and find a way to effectively distribute and provide surgical services to those in need. And that's the formula for the world's first $1 trillion man. And to think that one man could be responsible for all that money.
The prophecy is true.
Also, the US is in debt about 31 times that amount, which is also quite impressive. Check out that breakdown here. Anyways, good luck out there and peace!